Let's talk about female rap in 2023. Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
Let's
This
get into it.
this has been the year of female rap. What am I saying? This has just been the year that first time in history that females are just dominating rap in a way that we've never seen before. And we love it as women.
Yeah. It's a great time to be a female rapper, I'm not gonna lie.
I was gonna say, like, we're literally gonna talk about all of like the mainstream rap girls and just where and how they've been doing in 2023, and very short thoughts about where we think that they're going in 2024. So, let's dissect female rap in 2023. First girl we got on the list, Miss Sexy Red herself. Do you want to say it or should I? I feel like, do you know why? We talk about this in private, right? But we don't really like to like, because thing is, because no one says it online. So it's like, I'll be able to say it. I don't get it. I'm gonna
Okay.
say it.
So when you say you don't get it, right? So you need to be clear. What is it that you don't get?
So when Pound Town came up,
Mm-hmm.
I know it went viral because it's so like fun and silly
Mm-hmm.
that it's catchy.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously then she had like Ski, and at the end of the day is it's all keep it back. It's not really about how it's not really being the most talented anymore in 2023. It's about, can you have a really viral song? It's all about the chorus, right? If you have a really good hook, that is what carries you. For me, I don't actually find the hooks that even
You don't think
enjoyable
they're
for
that
me.
good?
But I was gonna say, I'm seems to be in the minority because everybody likes Ski and Pound Town, but I've never found the hooks memorable to me. So I seem to be in the minority at this point when I tell you I genuinely don't get it with Sexy Red. And I try, and I've listened to her stuff. I can't get into it, and I don't get it.
Okay. So for me, I think I get it. Like, it's because her lyrics are very, very vulgar. It's stuff we haven't, like, obviously we know hip hop is vulgar and hip hop rap
I thought it
is
was
vulgar, right? But because she's taken it to a whole new level. Obviously I'm not going to repeat the lyrics. She's taken it to a whole new level that I think people didn't actually think that you could even like or say on a song because it's so explicit. She goes to places that people don't usually go. And I think that shock factor is what kind of surrounds you, or surrounds like not surrounds you, sorry, surrounds like Sexy Red people, kind of intrigued. She's still a new artist. So I think it's that idea of like, who is she? Where does she come from? Why is she like so vulgar? And things like that.
I think it's her personality, to be honest,
That as well.
that's holding it up.
And her fashion choices. She's very outspoken and confident, and she just don't care. She don't even care whether you get it or not. Like, she's there, she's making her stuff. I think, like you said, she makes catchy hooks, and that's her formula, and it's working.
But here's the thing, though. This is also where I'm going to say controversial stuff. When it comes to making catchy songs, to me, it's gimmicky. And my thing is that I've come to realize something, and this is what I say: gimmicks are temporary. At the end of the day, is this stuff will get you on and viral, but talent and actual like will sustain you. I think right now, and I seem to be like the only person apparently online who wants to say this. I don't see anybody else saying it. I think it's because I don't get it. I think for now people will follow the gimmicky songs that she makes because she has a song Shake Your Dreads because she's aiming for that catchy song where you have a little dance to it. For me, I think the gimmick will wear off after a while. I think it'll take another year or two, but I want to see if Sexy Red will be around in 3 or 4 years because I don't know if the gimmick of the catchy viral song will sustain her. Because for me personally, I don't think the talent is there. I'm getting like, you guys can roast me about what you think about Sexy Red, but for me, I don't get it. So I don't think that she'll be around for a long time.
You don't think so?
No, because for me, I don't think that the talent will be there. I feel like people are there for like the viralness of it, and they just like the raunchy persona. But I think after a while, it will lose its shine. I genuinely believe that people will get bored, and then in about 2 3 years, they'll actually be like, no, we need something more.
Do you know what? I don't know if I agree with that. I think there are artists that we look to make those gimmicks, and we don't expect this, heartfelt pen or deep struggle and political, deep lyrics. I think for her specifically, because as well, I can't remember the state she's from now. Let me even go
Where is she
check.
from? Like Missouri?
Is it in Memphis? I don't.
Memphis?
Let me go check.
But my thing is, will it last? That's what I need
that's
to
the
know.
thing,
Will it last?
But that's the thing. You can literally make these songs that are for moments, and that literally can get you. That can get you going. That can literally
dangerous.
Get you going on from year to year to year. Like, all she does need to do is make another catchy hook to whatever beat is popular at that time, and
I don't think
it might go viral.
I don't think it's sustainable. You have a song, it fizzles out. You have another song, you fizzle out. You're relying on singles, and Sweetie did the exact same thing. Sweetie. I like Sweetie, but she's a singles girl. Sweetie is a singles girl, and
she's still got her deal. She's still signed, and that's the same for Sexy Red. I think with this, it just depends on the type of artist you want to be. It's not sustainable if you want a career like maybe Beyonce and Rihanna, and let me even say some rap examples. J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar. They do like arena tours. You see what I mean? They can put out music without no promo, and it's gonna go platinum. Those type of artists are the ones that we look for range, versatility, in-depth conversations, high production, great music videos. Great tours. Artists that aren't looking to be that, but they're here like right now, they literally just takes them to have one song, and that can keep them going for 2 years. So think of it as if she releases a song every 2 years, 3 times, that's 6 years. You see what I mean? So it depends on, in my opinion, it depends on the type of artist you want to be. It can sustain, honestly, from what I've seen in the music industry now and trends, it can actually sustain you.
But just remember, there's an artist, I'm talking about a male artist, who had these gimmicky songs and he was huge. He had 50 times more views than Sexy Red. I'm going to say Tekashi 6ix9ine.
That's a different case.
But that's what I can think of.
Case.
We thought Tekashi 6ix9ine had huge songs and he was very gimmicky. Obviously, he had the whole gang situation.
That is what ruined this. Let's not sit here and say his music is why he's not selling as much as he did.
Okay, Lil Pump then. Is that a better example?
Okay.
Lil Pump. And he had way more views. Gucci Gang.
Yes. 𝐂𝐓𝐇.
I was gonna say because
that song, I like that song, but
Kanye.
Yes. See, those 2 songs got him to Kanye. It's sustainable. Then the songs that followed that, let's be real, they weren't catchy enough or good enough.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like that might happen to Sexy Red.
If the song is good enough and catchy enough, remember, enough is the key word here, enough. I don't know who was A&R in Lil Pump and doing the rollouts for Lil Pump. And maybe their ears wasn't in the streets because it was on point for the other 2 and he managed to make a song with Kanye West. So I don't know, maybe his label situation changed, something changed with Lil Pump where the quality of his catchy songs were not as good as it was.
And I'm just saying that can happen to Sexy Red, but I just want to summarize with the Sexy Red stuff is that I just feel like when you rely on viral songs to get catchy, it is a good, because people go viral and people like it for now. I think it's just a dangerous game because at the end of the day, it's not every song that you're going to release is going to be viral. Not every song you release, everyone's going to find catchy. And I feel like people are fickle. People get bored of this stuff eventually. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you something, I can see a future. Like, I will gladly correct myself in 3-4 years if Sexy Red is still one of the main girls and that she's still getting the same level of support in 4 years. I will put my hands on my heart and I'll say I was wrong about Sexy Red. But for now, and also just knowing just how fickle and how many we've seen people come off and fall off, I just don't think with the type of music that she's doing, it is sustainable for a long time. Maybe for another year, maybe for another 2 years, but 4 years. 4 years, I personally, for me, I can't see it.
I understand what you're saying. All I'm saying is, like, with how music has now changed and how it is, you literally can just make a song. Say, for example, Sexy Red decides to take some time out for a whole year. She comes back in a year's time and makes a catchy song that's current at that time, that could be enough. You see what I mean? So it doesn't mean like you have to frequently put out music as an artist. She's had so much success, she can literally take a year out or two if she wants, write for people, do some guest features here and there. Even features can even carry you. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, you can make money from features.
Literally. So, and her feature with the baby literally went viral on TikTok.
Oh yeah, is it Shake Some?
Yeah, literally. Yeah. So that can literally carry you. So all I'm saying is, depending on the type of artist you want to be, technically it can be sustainable to just rely on viral moments. If you master the formula and you are able to change with the times and make what's popular at that time. I think that's what happens to some artists, that they're not able to do that, and that is why they fall off.
Good point. So, moving on to our next rap girl, Gorilla.
Glorilla.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. You guys are not supporting Gorilla. I'm sorry. I'm not even gonna keep it a buck. I feel like since Tomorrow 2, you guys just don't support her. Like, I'm sorry, like, Tomorrow 2 is honestly amazing song. One of Cardi's best verses. It was amazing. But obviously she had like another kind of big hit. It was like Lick or something. I wasn't crazy about the song, but I was gonna say it still went viral. And then she had the song Pop It and Cha Cha Cha. I did not like Cha 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 at all, but obviously she was going for a viral song. You guys did not support that. You guys also didn't support Pop It. And
did you like those songs?
No, I didn't like those songs.
So could it be that maybe that is why the support isn't there? But if the fans don't like it, rather than blindly support music you don't like.
But my thing is that up in these blogs, like, you'll be like, I love Gorilla, listen to her music. I'm like, but then when I go on her channel and I check her views and stuff, it doesn't translate. You guys, the way you guys say you support online, I have to roast you guys. It never translates to the support to actual artist music, which is why I'm calling you guys out when it comes to Gorilla. I keep seeing you on these blogs saying one thing, but I check the numbers, I check the analytics. It don't translate.
But you do know, like, literally, it takes nothing to just say, like, I like Gorilla. To actually be a fan, you have to go out of your way. And I think that's in this day and age. People just become more lazy in this effort. Like, if people see that your little snippet you've put out, they don't really like it, then they're not going to go out of their way to watch the video. They're not going to really engage with it.
Yeah, so I just feel like with Gorilla, obviously, so I was going to say, I mean, Tomorrow 2 was also still in, like, the Billboard top 10 of, like, the biggest hits of 2023. But, you know, I was going to say, it's not to say that all of her songs should have been bad, but I've personally been listening to her to other singles that she's put out, and for me, they just haven't, I'm not comparing it to Tomorrow 2, but for me, it's just that they haven't, something's just not clicking for me. And I know she's planning to release an album. A few months ago, she said that her album's coming, but I'm just not seeing the same anticipation or that same hype that she was getting compared to last year. Even before Tomorrow 2, she had F&F, which was huge. I liked her song like No Love and like all
I like Blessed.
I like that one too, but just this year it just feels, the vibe feels different. So I need to see how her album does. But am I crazy? Like, does the vibe seem different for Gorilla this year compared to last year?
I think last year she was making, you know, songs that with beats that she was more used to, and I don't want to say confident or comfortable on, but just songs that the beats were they suited her voice so much. I feel like now is it called Cha Cha with 𝐕𝐈𝐃𝐄𝐒?
Yeah, you love this part, man. It was so funny.
𝐕𝐈𝐃𝐄𝐒 on the drill beat.
Tomorrow went crazy when she.
It's just yum. It's just But yeah, I think those kind of beats conflict. Yeah, the drill beats. Just specifically that song, I thought it was kind of conflicting her voice. So I think now she's trying to do beats that are more popular and current, but that's not always, doesn't always sound the best. So but I think that's what's changed. Like maybe the A&Ring and the beat selections are very, very different.
Maybe she's changed producers or something. I don't actually know. Maybe. I don't know. Obviously, it's too early. I'm not even counting Gorilla.
I'm giving her time.
Well, listen, we give her time.
She's still seen as a new artist. Finding the right songs, beats for you. It does take time. Some people find it quicker. Some people, it takes them a bit longer. I think she's still got time to find her foot, and she's got a fan base, and that's what you need. That's all you need.
And she hasn't released her first album yet, so I need to see her first album. But I just definitely feel like this year I'm just not seeing that same level of like support.
Yeah, and Tomorrow too did skyrocket her career. We're not gonna
that Cardi
overlook
B,
that.
The power of a Cardi B, Cardi B feature.
So that kind of might have given her more pressure. Oh my gosh, now everyone's eyes is on me. I need to like be on beats that everyone's on or using right now.
See, this is why if I was an artist, I never want to be like have a huge hit straight off the bat, because then like then I have like, oh, how can I get the pressure? That's why the sophomore slump is a real thing. Like that is why, because I can't do it. Like I'd rather just have my first album and be like, okay, and then get better and better, because I don't want to have a great first album and then your label and everyone's putting pressure on you, and then when it doesn't, just I don't know. All right, 𝐈𝐈𝐓. Like,
sorry, I had to do that.
Like,
𝐈𝐈𝐓. This one's quite controversial. I've seen so many different views and all of this and that. I like 𝐈𝐈𝐓.
I like her as a person too.
Let's just stick to the. We're just gonna do the music now. We're just gonna do the music. I like 𝐈𝐈𝐓. I think her EP was good. My favorite song was Gangsta Boo. I don't see her going anywhere. I think she solidified herself. 10 years, she was going to be in conversations. And you might think I'm crazy for saying that, but I think she's solidified in music and entertainment as a whole.
But for me, this is why I have to bring in her personality. I feel like her personality also plays a huge role into it.
Cool. I think she's the only female artist, that was on the beat she was on. And that's why I think she solidified herself. Her and Riot. Yeah, specifically Bronx. And she's kind of made it palatable and for ears that aren't just into that drill sound. And her voice as well, it's feminine and it's nice. That's why I think she's going to be in conversations in many, many years to come. She's the only one, correct me if I'm wrong, but her voice is so distinct. She can change genres if she wants.
I'd say Doechii kind of has a different one.
I'm with rap though. What are we talking about here?
Because you know why? Doechii does sing it. Oh, I mean, actually, no, because Doechii's biggest
saying the singer.
Yeah, do you know why? It's because like Doechii does both.
Exactly.
But then right now her song popping off is just not a rap song.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, I see Doechii as an artist. I thought we were just doing rap specifically.
Okay, yeah. Do you know why? Because we talk about this. I keep putting Doechii in the rap conversation, and we get into this debate because Doechii has
sings
so many...
as well. Like, she's a chameleon. She's a chameleon. That's why we haven't included Doechii. I said Doja.
We'll get into Doja, yeah, but
yeah.
So 𝐈𝐈𝐓 again.
𝐈𝐈𝐓, yeah. I think that's why I think she's in conversations, not just because of her personality. I can't compare 𝐈𝐈𝐓 to anyone right now.
I also have to give 𝐈𝐈𝐓 played it very strategically. Like, we have to have a conversation of how she's pushed herself. So she had the EP like Boy's a Liar, huge, especially in the UK. It was huge here. One of the biggest songs in the UK this year. But then she had the Princess Diana remix. And Nicki brought that song to another level. And then, through a really funny mishap because of one of Taylor's ex-boyfriends, she managed to get...
I'm doing that to you.
No, it's fine. And so she managed to get that song with Karma. And this was the first collab that Taylor Swift ever did with a female rapper, which I feel like nobody talks about. Like, Taylor Swift has never collabed with a female rapper before. And so she got that collab and so most of her hits have been in like the top 10 all year. So she strategically put herself in places. And let's just keep it a buck. I think that friendship with Taylor is purely friendship, but I also think it's a PR thing. And I'm not going to hate on her at all.
I mean,
it's smart.
Even if it is a PR thing, like, are they not supposed to take pictures together?
No, like, I did that as well, because, like, having her, like, on SNL introducing 𝐈𝐈𝐓, that was, like, crazy. I was like, damn.
Was Taylor Swift not on that segment?
No, she just came to introduce 𝐈𝐈𝐓. Like,
I think
she wasn't in
I
there.
feel like that's her supporting her, like, she's a new artist. What does Taylor gain now of taking time out of her schedule just to go there, like... Do you get what I mean? You could say PR, but I actually think like Taylor messaged with her, and that's why she did it.
Oh no, I do. I think they have a friendship now, but in the beginning, I think because of the backlash, because of that whole Matt Healy situation, because apparently one of her exes, one of the podcasts, and said like some really offensive kind of racist things about her, and Taylor got backlash for association. I think that collab to me was definitely strategic, but I'm
So
not
you
gonna
think it was
fault.
like a middle finger to this guy?
I felt like it was a way of her to be like, because people were blaming her, which was so like
Wait, what
silly.
was the? I don't understand. What was it?
Okay, so what happened was is that Taylor had a boyfriend named Matt Healy.
Isn't he? Is he not in the 1975? Is that not him?
Yes.
Okay.
He went on the podcast and he talked about Ice Spice and he said some kind of racial comments about her looking like just saying the way she looked.
don't have
kind
to
of
repeat
like
it,
I don't have to repeat it, but he made offensive comments. He got insane backlash, and Taylor got backlash
for that being her ex. So you date
that-
racist guys.
Yeah. So then,
Okay.
then afterwards, then her collab with Taylor Swift is announced, and everyone was like, "Let's put two and two together." Like people like, okay, Taylor, we see why you're doing this. I
Okay.
believe now they formed a good friendship, but I think for most of us who were like, it felt like it was giving PR because of the backlash, because people were like, "Why do you have a racist boyfriend?" And
Okay.
then they split shortly after that.
Yeah, I can see why people would think that.
But I'm not fighting Ice Spice for that. I would do the exact same thing.
Yeah,
and she's played it so well.
Yeah.
And now she's friends with Taylor Swift, and that has brought her to another level.
Mm-hmm.
Because now everyone of all races know her, and it's expanded her base to not just black and brown people. She's expanded her audience internationally to white people, because white people know Ice Spice. I remember like Hispanic, all people of all races know her.
Everyone likes Ice Spice, including North.
She literally
love North.
She did a Dunkin' Donuts ad with Ben Affleck.
That's mad. I need to see that advert. I haven't seen it, but I heard about it though.
It was cute. So she has done a good job, and Delhi was huge as well because of that beat.
The beat is crazy.
So I feel like she's played, like, she has an amazing team, and she's strategically planted herself. It is strategic, but again, it's the industry, so I'm not even going to fault her for that. She's brilliantly, strategically put herself in these places to expand herself, as you should do. And so I'm going to say she's played it smart, very, very smart. Even to say, she may not be the best lyricist, but she's not aiming to be. Like, Ice Spice, that she said in an interview, I'm not even trying to be a lyricist. Like, my songs are catchy. She just wants to go over her head. Like, she knows, like, I'm glad that she's self-aware about that I'm not trying to be a lyricist. I make catchy, pretty girl kind of sweetie vibes music. And she's honest with herself, and I respect her for actually being real with herself for it.
Yeah, like, Munch. It's literally in the titles of the song. Like, if you thought I was feeling you, like, it was... I even said, like... She's just meeting demands of what people... In my opinion, she's just making what people want to hear. And in a nice, authentic, original way. But I do have to say, like, she's on a song called One Time with 𝐕𝐈𝐃𝐄𝐄𝐓, Skilly Bang, and J.I. the Prince of New York. That song's hard. Her delivery on that verse is hard, but like I've always said, when artists that kind of make songs that are catchy, when they actually eat on a verse, we all pretend that song don't exist because we don't want to give them credit, but then we always look at their kind of cash cow songs and say, yeah, they're just mediocre, blah, blah, blah. Like, I do think she's capable of rapping. She also has on the radar freestyle that is cold, but obviously, like I said, we don't want to acknowledge that one because she's showing her she's got talent. We all just want to like throw them under the bus and say, oh, they can't do anything. Like Pretty Girl was talked about for way too long, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Was that the name of the song, right?
Pretty Girl, that one with Rima. Yeah, it was.
Way too long, like, but whatever. It's whatever.
So our next artist that we'll be talking about is Cardi B and how she's been doing this year. I feel like Cardi B's had a really good feature on, actually, honestly, for the past 2 years up there with J. Cole for me. For me personally.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Do you know why? I just feel like because Tomorrow too, and then obviously Point
Me To.
I was gonna say Point Me To.
I love that song. I love them both.
Underrated song. I felt it didn't get the amount of love it deserved. was it Put It on the Floor Again, I think her feature run has been unmatched, and now she's beginning her rollout for her next album with Bongos.
What are your thoughts of Bongos?
There's a reason why she put it to me first. The thing is, I'm like, Bongos is catchy. I don't really like Bongos.
Like Bongos. I thought Megan's verse is crazy.
Yeah, no, Megan's verse was better, but
crazy,
do you know
insane in the membrane.
Do you know with Cardi is that sometimes I understand why she does this, but for me it's when she does the ABC rhymes, and I get it because those are the rhymes that are catchy and more digestible. But also it's like she has those rhymes that are more like, I mean, would you say her verse on Tomorrow 2 was an ABC rhyme?
First of all, I don't think this ABC rhyme is a thing. Respectfully, I don't like it. When you say this, it hurts my ears. Actually, it's like, stop saying that. But I guess your valid is valid. You can have your own. You can think that's your opinion. But no, I don't. Do you think it is?
I classify some of her songs as the ABC rhymes.
Is Tomorrow 2 ABC?
That's what's asking me. Like, Tomorrow 2 is an ABC to me, but the Bongos one was like an ABC. Like,
so that is a pop. So I feel like obviously when rappers make pop songs, specifically female rappers, there's a way to go about it. So I'm gonna now drop examples. Super Bass. That is the most pop rap song I've ever heard. One of the biggest pop songs I've ever heard in my life. Not to say I don't love it. I love the song. But like now to compare Super Bass to maybe say Did It On or Moment for Life. You see what I mean? Like it's just, you don't compare the two. Like when you make pop songs, there's a way to go about it. There's like boxes you tick. It has to be catchy. It's not about being a lyrical god or a lyrical queen on a pop song. Bongos is a pop song. It was made for that purpose. It was not made to touch souls unless you're trying to shake your booty. Do you get what I mean?
The song was made to be like a viral.
It wasn't made. Yeah, exactly. When you want to make a viral song, you know, lyricism and other things like punchlines, unless it's a really obvious punchline, you know, subliminal things that you have to think about, things like, oh my, wow, what inspired them to write that? You know, those vibes is not in a pop song.
Yeah, I just think for me is that sometimes I do feel like, for me personally, I hear like the ABC rhymes, and for me,
what does that mean? What is it?
Do you know,
what
like,
does that mean?
When I talk about ABC rhymes, like when I hear that line saying, like I said, oh wait, like this, tight like nine.
So like obvious.
I don't know where you from.
So you mean like sounds like a nursery rhyme?
Sounds like a nursery rhyme.
Okay.
When I hear it,
I think that's specific pop rap songs. For me, in my opinion, that's that formula. Like, I like it like that. Like, where was this energy for? I like it like that when that went to number one.
Oh, now you're calling me out. I don't like that.
It's a genuine question because we were all singing, I like it like that.
But that is an ABC rhyme. For me. But the thing is that, for example, is that like when it gets a pop song, I don't hear the ABC.
I hear.
Rhymes.
When she makes the songs, nah.
Super Bass don't sound ABC to me.
You got my heartbeat running away.
Well, for me, that was the chorus, like, because like, I'm thinking like the verse is like, you know, this one is for the boys at the boom system.
That's because she's rapping really fast.
Okay.
If we say it slowly, this one's for the boys in the booming system. Top down AC with the cooling system. When you come up in the club, he be blazing up.
Okay, I can see what you're saying.
You see what I mean? It's because she's saying it fast. Sorry, I didn't even know I knew the lyrics like that. I hope it's right. Please don't rip me to shreds if I was wrong. Her songs with where the girls at. So Nicki Minaj, when she collaborates with the DJs, the electronic music DJs, David Guetta. In your words, I don't like saying ABC because I think it kind of, what's the word? Is it degrading to the rapper? A little bit. It's a bit rude. It's like saying the quality of your raps is nursery rhymes. I think that's a bit rude / cheeky, but whatever. But when Nicki Minaj does collaborate with DJs, and it's that formula, I do hear that style. Like, you know, David Guetta, where the girls at, and she's got Turn Me On. Also, The Boys with Cassie. That's not even a collab with a DJ, but Cassie The Boys. The Boys.
I remember that song.
That's very poppy. I thought that had that vibe, but I'm not there saying, oh, it's nasty rhyme, it's straight, ain't it? But yeah, and I'm a run up on you. Run Up On You with Major Lazer, Nicki Minaj, and Party Next Door. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, even if it's a pop rap song and it might have that, nursery rhyme style, that actually is what's for people's ears when we like these pop rap songs. I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it means they can't rap. Personally.
No. I'm gonna say for me, the ABC rhymes doesn't mean that you can't rap. I just like when I hear the ABC rhymes, it's just for me personally. I'm just trying to something like, it's just like it is to me a bit of a nursery rhyme, and sometimes I feel like that for Cardi. I don't hear it as much as like Nicki. I even hear a bit for 𝐈𝐈𝐓, but you know what? The minute that 𝐈𝐈𝐓 said I'm not a lyricist and things like that too, I was like, I'm not even gonna put any high expectations.
Fair enough.
I am holding Cardi to high standard because she's improved so much now. And she has put herself in such high realm that I'm gonna hold Cardi to a harsher standard than I do for 𝐈𝐈𝐓. When the minute 𝐈𝐈𝐓 says she wasn't a lyricist, she's aiming to do simple rhymes that go over your head. That's fine, because you know what? I'm not gonna hold that against you. So I expect the ABC rhymes from 𝐈𝐈𝐓.
I think sorry, I'm just using your words because I don't like the ABC rhymes, nursery rhyme. That's the formula for a pop rap song. Like, I think
there's a way to do it. For me, I think there's a way to do it, but me, that doesn't give off ABC.
Give me a popular pop rap song that does not have any of that vibe.
Moment for Life is not an ABC song, is it?
That is not a pop rap song. Moment for Life is not a pop rap song.
I'm gonna have to.
I mean, a song that is pop. Like, it was made for the radio. And that's what Bongos is. That's what I Like is. That's what Turn Me On is. That's what Run Up On You is. That's what...
I'm searching this.
Where the Girls At is. Check It Out. Nicki Minaj, will.i.am. That is for the radio. I'm talking specifically songs for the radio. I need an example that does not have that style. Because, in my opinion, that's the formula for the radio. Like, you make radio songs and then club songs and then songs that you're trying to touch and get emotions from people. They're not in the same category. Have you found one yet?
I'm in the process of trying to find a song that
we're gonna have
best
to move
constructs what I mean. But you know what? We'll come back to this because we don't want to have dead air. So next up is Latto.
Okay.
And you can start with Latto while I'm still trying to find a song that best constructs my point.
So Latto, perfect example of her radio song, Big Energy, that has that nursery rhyme thing.
I actually don't like Big Energy. That's a funny part.
But
But it was huge.
Does it not have the nursery rhyme thing?
I used to listen to Big Energy again. I know the chorus though. I can say energy.
Yes, it's that vibe. And I think that's the formula. Like, if you're going for the radio, that is the only avenue to go to make bread from the song.
Like, right now, I can't find a song that best constructs my point, so I'm going to concede on this one. But I stand what I said about the ABC rhymes. I know it when I hear it.
I'm not saying it's not there, but I'm saying that if you're going down the pop lane, that's the key or the door to get onto that lane. Style of rap.
I need to think of a song that best constructs
a
female pop
I will
song
take back everything I've said.
That don't be sounding ABC to me. But we'll come back to this because we don't want to have dead air. So Latto, she had Big Energy with that Mariah Carey one, which was huge. Like, I think it got to like number 4 on like the Billboard. And then this year, so Latto was an interesting one because she had a song called Lottery, and obviously she wanted to do Lottery. You can tell that she was trying to go into like her pop bag.
Yeah,
I was getting a bit of Doja inspirations with her trying to do Lottery, but people didn't really like that song. So and so she had Put It On The Floor, and then Cardi
that song did well.
Go Put It On The Floor again. I love Put It On The Floor again, and then she had this song. Actually, the thing is, I'm not sure if to mention this or not because the thing is, she had a song with Jungkook called 7. From BTS, and this was his first time going solo. This was his first solo song, and Lara featured on it, and it went number 1. and obviously that was huge. It gives Latto her first number one, which is huge in itself. And then she released another song, and she's planning to release an album next year called Easter Party, and that song doesn't really do well. And so with Latto, I think it's interesting because Latto has an amazing team. You know, she's got a great team who gets her in so many places. So Latto probably has probably one of the best PR teams I've ever seen. Very, very well structured. But I feel like sometimes we as consumers pick and choose when we consume her music.
I think that's fair to say. I do when I go online and I see people supporting her stuff. It is very, very mixed. I feel like with some artists there's a landslide of just positive reviews, but with Latto, and then this is another thing that comes into it because I think Latto can really, really rap. I
Latto
think
can
she's
rap.
cold.
She can rap.
I think people, for whatever reason it is, maybe because she was originally called Mulatto, um, for whatever reason, people just have 5 million reasons not to listen to her or like her.
I get it though.
But it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like it needs to be consistent because the same people will then listen to Put It On The Floor, but then be like, oh, I'm not really messing with Latto. So I get confused with her fan base sometimes.
See, this is why I also struggle sometimes when it comes to celebrities and what we define as a fan base, because sometimes this is where I struggle. People pick and choose sometimes when they listen to certain artist songs. That don't mean they're in a fan base.
Yeah, they might not be a fan. And that's fair as well. But I'm literally talking about people that are fans. People that identify as I listen to Latto. That's, in my opinion, that's a fan.
Mm-hmm.
A fan is someone that is... So a fan isn't, to me, someone that's listened to... I've listened to some songs. That's not a fan.
So let's say, like, for example, I wouldn't describe myself as like a Latto fan, but I listen to the music that comes out and then decide if I like this song, it's on my playlist. If I don't like the song, then I don't listen to it. So I'm like, I listen to what I listen to. I'm not like a rabbit fan. I'm just like, if I like a song that I hear of hers, cool. If I don't, then I just.
But definitely, so on Twitter, I don't, or X now, I see mixed reviews on Twitter. Instagram, though, is mainly positive. On her gram specifically, is mainly positive. I can't lie. I see lots of people engaging with when she's dropping remixes and things like that.
But then when I check the views and stuff and the analytics, this is why I keep telling y'all that. This is why I can't take a lot of sometimes what people say online seriously.
True.
Because every time I think it's huge online, then because the thing is, I like to check numbers, right? And then I check the numbers. It's not always consistent. So then sometimes I'm like, is the fan base really as big or are they loud?
Yeah.
There's a difference between being a big fan base and then just being loud in certain patches. And sometimes I theorize, and this is not just loud, I feel like, I'm not even just from rap, this is just people in general. I feel like some of people, when it comes to listening to music in general, some of you lot are just loud online, but then when the time comes, you lot don't.
It just links to what I said earlier, but people can be lazy. Like, if I go on my feed and I just see Latto's song, that doesn't mean I'm going to go then from there to go and actually listen to it. Unless I'm actually a fan. So yeah, it's just about engaging with people and really like making them invest into your brand. And what is it about you that I should go out my way to listen to your song? I think when people master that, that's when you know they've got like a fan base that's locked in. Because you know that there's a whole conversation of, are you an influencer or are you actually a musician?
This is a conversation we have about Sweetie.
Yeah, but you know, even just the rap girls that look good and they're just they get brand deals and they. Sometimes people get confused because like there'll be less music and it's just the shampoo or the wigs you're wearing and all of that becomes and then people can forget that you actually make music.
That's true.
And then some people might follow you specifically because they like how you look, they like how you dress.
Look at Ruby Rose.
They think
recently.
You're beautiful.
Ruby Rose.
Yeah, I mean, so that's another thing as well. So some people might get lost in that, like, I don't even know how to describe it. Some people might just get lost in between the music and all the other things going on, that when you actually now put out what you initially want people to invest in, which is your music, they're like, oh, I didn't know that was why I was here. I was here because I like your makeup. You get what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So for me, in my opinion, that's another element that comes into female rap specifically.
It doesn't.
Because they now sell their aesthetic. It's not just about the bars no more. It's about what they're wearing. It's about the wigs. It's about as well, which influences you're cool with. It's the whole thing. Like, it's
It-
including everyone into your life.
It's so clicky. I'm like, female rap is very clicky and like politicky.
Yeah.
Like there's politics that go into it. So for now, I'm moving away from Latto, but yeah, I need to see like what Latto puts out next year. But I just do feel like when she puts out music, people just pick and choose when they support. Because Put on the Floor was huge, Seven was huge, but then when she released her solo music, it wasn't have the same level of support. So is it like when certain artists jump on, if that's the support? Or people just genuinely messing with Latto? Like, these are just questions that I have, and this is not to take away the fact that she's had a huge year. She's won her awards, so shout out to her. But
she's had a good year. I'm excited for next year for her.
It's the way
she can really rap, so I'm actually not
rap.
worried.
I was gonna say because album 777 was really good, but I'm just like, I get confused when it comes to fan bases and stuff. I think that's my thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So, because I was gonna say, so moving on from Latto, this is how I feel about Lola Brooke, right? Lola Brooke has released like an album that nobody's talking about. Well, it's an EP or an album. When I listened to an interview,
it's called Dennis.
Dennis's daughter.
Dennis's daughter.
We listened to that. We listened to like part of the album. We're currently finishing it. It is fire.
It's really good.
When I say something, nobody is talking about this album, and this album came out like a month ago, right?
Came out on the 10th of November.
And like, I'm hearing crickets about this album. I thought it's gone under the radar. And so we're on like the shade room and stuff. And she was doing this interview, right? And then she was comparing like, oh, what do people say that if you're not as big as like Ice Spice?
Because you came out at the same time.
Which was hella shady.
Do you know what it is? It's the shade room. I'm not surprised that they asked that. I think they were relying on her to say give us an answer that would like get traction. But of course, my girl is too smart.
She's classy.
No, it's not even about being classy. It's just about being smarter than that.
Oh yeah, actually,
it's just being smarter than that.
I get what you're saying.
No, that was a set up question. Like, there's only for answers that for questions that obvious that you are trying to get me to say something to cause issues that's going to bring people to your page. Like, of course you could. There's only, in my opinion, there's only one way to answer that, and that was the way she answered it. It was timing, like, and she didn't even take away from the artist that the person was trying to be shady, not even shady about, but trying to cause issues with. Like, no, her answer was beautiful.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I think Lola Brooke doesn't get the same support because she doesn't hypersexualize herself. I've spoken to Damara about this in private because let's just keep it honest. When it comes to female rap, there is strong conversations of. I know people tend to blame female rappers like, oh, all they do is talk about SCX. I mean, I said, I'm annoyed at myself. I basically said it, but I was gonna say like there is a conversations that they have to use that in order to sell in hypersexuality as a commodity, and those conversations are real. And if I'm being honest, I do feel like hypersexuality plays a huge role into hypervisibility of female rappers. Lola Brooke doesn't commodify or use hypersexuality, and I personally feel I think for me that's playing a role into why I don't think she's getting as much support compared to other girls.
With that being said though,
Even though she's crazy talented.
Yeah, I think her talent is ridiculous. And I think her route is going to be the longevity route. So it
Cult fan base,
so even though she's not, I'm not even going to imitate it because it's inappropriate and YouTube won't let this go up. But even though she's not doing the stuff that all these other girls are, she's going to be around in 10 years.
She'll have a cult fan base like a Rico Nasty, like a cupcake. You know?
She's coming over here and is selling out. I can't say that for all the other girls that are gyrating and doing all this other stuff.
Because
the talent is there. Everything is there. Whenever this is the case, it's always a slower but steeper projective what's the word? Projection, yes. Yes, I think Lola Brooke is going to be here for years to come. Where did it go?
Does it make you upset? Like, does it personally make you upset that she doesn't get the same hyper visibility that some of the other girls do? Because
I think it's going to come. It depends on how you think. If you think short term, I want now, like, then obviously you'll start when you start focusing on what other people are doing, and then you change everything you believe in, and you change all of that to fit what's current now, it takes away from the art. She's literally sticking to, or I'm literally acting like she's my friend and she's told me all this stuff, but from what I've seen, she's literally like, it seems to me, her and her team, they've got a plan. They've got everything in place. They're sticking to what they've made. She's not cheapening her brand. She's being very true to herself and very authentic. And that's why I believe she's going to be around. So it might not be that, she might not be getting 500 million views, but the millions of views she is getting, that's enough to keep her in conversations, getting into ciphers and things like I was on her page recently. She's on magazines, covers and things like that. So it's literally depends on the type of artist you want to be and what you want to achieve. Like if you're doing things for the short term, like, oh, this artist, they're gyrating and they got all these views, but they're not talking about the talent. They're talking about the video. You see what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think she's doing the other route. She wants you to really take her in. Her album or EP was dedicated to her. Dennis's daughter, that's her dad.
Such good, like, you guys, you're sleeping on her album.
Yeah,
like,
so I think that's the route she's going
listen
down.
to it.
She's selling her out. I can't say that about these other girls that are gyrating and might have millions of views on TikTok. Like, so to do things now and be hypersexual now, it's in.
It's a commodity.
It's in. If you're really talented, then cool. Sprinkle, get some more views. But there's a lot of girls that, let me not say the talent isn't there, but there's lots of improvement that they could do to be considered as serious artists. But they're not doing that because they're getting the views from gyrating. And
I also think it's because she's not problematic. That's why they don't be posting her on the blogs.
Exactly.
Because when do you hear stuff about Lola like actually doing anything problematic?
See, we heard about when they tried to bring drama her way. She said absolutely not.
They don't post
her. No.
They don't post her on the blogs because she's not messy, and that's why.
Honestly, real fans that are locked in forever, that they're invaluable. Like, everyone that just comes to see you gyrate, then they go. That's not a fan. Like, she's actually, her streams are going to be regular. People are going to follow her grow. Like, seeing her career is so exciting to see, and can't say that about some of these other artists. So I think she's going to be absolutely fine. Gyrating, no gyrating. If she does just start doing that,
no, I'm not gonna. I'm actually like, to me, I'm gonna call her a sellout. I don't care.
No,
because
mean.
You know why I
might be she starts feeling herself like,
do you know what? I just feel like because in female rap, I just feel like because there's such a pressure for hypersexuality, it was like when Gorilla this year started doing that performance in BET.
There are levels to it,
I started trying to do that stuff too. And it's okay to
be sexy. There are levels to it. I don't think there's anything wrong with twerking a bit.
No, there's nothing
wrong
with
levels. There's levels.
But you know, like, when Gorilla did on BET, people a bit like...
She's a woman, though.
No. Like, I don't have a problem with you doing that, but I think it's just because when people doing it, I think people felt like... I think people's consensus was that we felt that it was perceived that you're just trying to be something that you're not. And then she responded saying that, oh, I was just trying to be sexy. But people were saying, people were wondering, like, oh, is it, like, do you feel like you have to push yourself into that in order to get more attention? And I think that's why people get worried that we don't want you to feel like you have to push yourself. I mean, she may be doing this of her own fruition, but some people were worried that she's pushing herself into that in order to sell. Which is where I get. So I understand all sides of the argument. Yeah.
I think there's just levels to it.
Yeah.
There's levels to it. There's nothing wrong with just tapping into your feminine side. You might not want to be girly all the time. You want to wear a dress. You want to, like, wink, wear a nice wig. Do that. Do your thing. Like, I don't think that's entirely selling out. I think, there's levels to it.
Yeah.
If she was there and it was just nipple tassels on, then, fair enough. But that's not the case. But let's get into Megan now.
Megan Thee Stallion. So
we need to wrap up soon.
Because we're going to go into that and City Girls.
We got two more. Okay,
I was going to say two more, so we're going to keep these two kind of short and sweet.
Okay.
Megan Thee Stallion was gone most of this year.
Yep.
She starts with Bongos, which I've already said I was not a big fan of Bongos, but her feature...
Cold.
It was cold. Cobra, great song. Wasn't crazy about the chorus. This P depressed. Because you know why? It just came out of nowhere because she was talking about such deep stuff. Mm-hmm. And then when I hear the chorus, it just makes me like laugh because it's just like,
I love Cobra. I see the song as a bit of a cry for help, though.
yeah,
I love Megan. I'm not involved with anything outside of her music. Like, no comment on and no opinion. I wasn't there. Therefore,
we're not talking about.
Literally, I was not there. Cobra's a cold song. Everyone's gonna overlook her pen skills, her delivery, her diction, the beat. Everyone's gonna overlook that because of all the nonsense that's out there regarding her, and that's literally all I can say. She's amazing at rapping. She's amazing at performing. Like, I think people bring their personal feelings regarding her into her music, which kind of ruins music, in my opinion. We don't listen to her pen no more.
It's interesting. I just feel like ever since stuff happened, everything she does
all negative.
It's a controversy now. Like,
Yeah.
Am I crazy to think that she's low key become controversial?
I don't even think she's not.
No, not that herself. Yeah, but post events happening.
It seems like anytime I see anything about her, it's negative. She can't do anything right anymore. She breathes. Megan Thee Stallion huffed a little bit but showed an attitude. Like, what is going on?
But yeah, you're right. So in terms
she can't do anything. Her performance, I saw negative stuff about her being at the VMAs. Why?
I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't know what's about. But if we're talking about, so she's now independent. So now, because she's seen stuff too, it's going to be interesting because this is a testament of, let's see how strong her fan base is. She's getting no label support. That means no radio. Radio play, I'm going to hit the mic. Radio play is the key to having huge successful songs. So her support has to come purely through streaming. So next year when she drops that album, it will be a testament to how strong her fan base is, because there will be no radio support through no label. She'll have her management help as much as possible, but it is down to streams by her fans. So I'm curious to see just how much like the hotties are going to stream this one.
I'm rooting for her, but I know she's going to be fine because she's cold. Her music videos are always good as well.
I think I'm going to say, regardless of what you think about her, she has solidified herself a fan base, and she's branded herself like she's having a Netflix documentary coming out of the year. Apparently, she's going to star in a Netflix movie with Ben Affleck and some type of other movie.
See,
she's already been doing her thing right now. So we can't say too much about her because
she's moving into realms that some artists dream to get into. So that's why I even think she's gonna be fine. It's gonna, at some point, it has to blow over. I don't, even if it's in 5 years from now, it will blow over at some point.
It's still going on this year. And the thing is, it's actually been a year now. Every post, it's going to a point. It's every post now. It's crazy.
It's eye rolling. But I don't even want to bring negative stuff about her. Yeah. Megan, I'm excited for 2024 for you. Excited for the music, excited for the tours and the rumored tours. You know, if you want to be a Cardi and come over, love that.
Last one.
Yeah.
City Girls.
Raw. I like the City Girls, by the way. Just gonna say, I don't know why she started that. I like the City Girls.
No, I'm analysing them in 2023 and how it's just gone like musically. That's why I'm making this face. Like, I was gonna say, Carisha or Young Naomi as as an entrepreneur and social media stuff with Carisha, please. Off. Amazing. But when I make this face, I'm talking about how the music has gone in 2023. And that's why I'm like this.
Yeah. Personally,
I didn't like Raw.
Yeah. Personally, what I think is, okay, let me say this. What I felt was a lot, and I wasn't there, so I can't say this with like 100% certainty, but I just felt like their hearts weren't really in it.
I don't even think that's I think everyone's been saying that I felt at this point. Everyone's saying it.
Literally, like, when the album was coming out, I didn't even see that much promotion. I didn't even see that stuff individually that they were doing to promote the album.
They literally admitted that they didn't promote the album, and they only promoted it after then they got backlash for the amount of sales that they got only afterwards.
I think that type of energy and like attitude reflected in the music. Maybe that was the same way they approached the album. Maybe they literally just, it felt to me that this album was made because of some sort of like contract contractual agreement. Like,
I can see that.
I didn't feel the same way I felt, and got that, that fire and that fight and motivation, redemption, all of that from like their previous work.
I agree. Like Raw, I just didn't feel the hunger that they felt when like Period and like City on Lock came out. Like I felt the hunger of two girls trying to get out from their area.
Even the one when
I just didn't feel the
JT just came out.
JT just came out. There was more passion there. I didn't feel the passion necessarily for this album. And again, I think they did not pick good singles to release prior to the album. Like Act Bad is a Diddy song, so we're not going to count that one. What was it? The next one that they released? I Need a Thug.
They put out Good Love also.
Good Love, but I think you know what? I keep thinking that because that was like a year ago before the album came out.
So they even knew, like, from what I'm taking, like, this album was not a surprise. It's been coming out, so I don't know why they didn't.
Karrueche's been saying all summer, like, City Girls dropping this summer, and then it didn't drop till like winter,
literally.
And then they had I Need a Thug.
I like that song. I can't lie.
Do you know what? I think people didn't like that song because I think it was people were saying that you're saying, I understand people were saying, but it's just music. But I think it's because people were saying, oh, you guys are dating rich millionaires, and you're saying I need a thug. But that's the City Girl, but I was saying is the City Girls brand is like we like get with thugs. But I think people were like, but you're with rich men, so I think that's why people didn't.
Yeah, maybe it didn't resonate. Yeah, maybe that's why people. Yeah, it didn't resonate with them.
There was another song that was like
Flashy. I like that song. I'm trying to see. That's the pop nursery rhyme thing you're talking about.
But one thing is that why did you not release that song for the summer? That one was a better song. They had this other song that sounded like Act Up Again that was released before that. Was it Face Down or something? They had another song which like was really random. Face Down. People didn't really like support that one. I just believe they picked the wrong singles and there wasn't enough promotion, which is why the album didn't really do well. And
yeah, I agree. I honestly felt like that album was made as a contractual agreement. The thought processes and things, they were just like doing whatever they wanted. That's what I felt like. There wasn't, the analytical planning and watching trends, things like that. I didn't think that thought was put into the album.
Their hearts weren't in it. Well, I felt like their hearts was in it. But I will say this is a quick comment before we start to wrap up. I think Young Naomi has tied her brand too much to Diddy. Because I felt like she put, like, rather than focusing on the City Girls, and obviously she has her own platform, Carisha Please, that she's still been working on. I feel like she's tied her brand too close to him. And now we've seen how this has backfired on her horrifically, especially for what the City Girls stand for, female empowerment. I do feel like they've kind of let themselves get over-consumed by their relationships rather than the friendship and the music. And I think people see through it. Like, people are actually very smart. But this is how I feel personally. I felt like she kind of just let herself as a City Girl kind of be. Obviously, you can be in love and then be a City Girl being in a relationship. But I just feel like she let herself get too consumed in that. And now it's kind of backfired on her with all this stuff going on. And because I remember somebody brought up a good point that she was promoting De Leon, that drink that she has, because she works for Revolt, more than like, because she promotes De Leon with her Risha Roulette cards more than she promoted her album. And I think that was a good point that someone made, which is why I'm kind of bringing this up. But
yeah, I mean, maybe this we're seeing like, a new era for the City Girls. We're going to see.
I think JT's going solo.
Oh, there you go. One's going to go solo, one's going to get in the entrepreneurial socialite, presenting, acting bag. Maybe they'll come back together. I think that the City Girls in a different space.
They're in a different era.
Yeah, and it's the music, unfortunately, and the quality of it is kind of like suffering while they're in this transitional moment. It's a shame that they couldn't, I don't know, just hold on to that vibe that they had on for the other albums. I personally think they should have just hold on, like hold off, like just wait. Go through these periods and then drop the album later when you've got the time and your mind's on the album and not all these other things. Because JT's got some brand deals now as well. Or brand endorsements.
She's been doing good. I just think it was promotion. And again, why did you wait till after the album came out? Because I've been seeing them on Cosmopolitan taking shots. But this is after your album came out. And I just felt like this all should have done prior. If you watch an interview with The Breakfast Club, they were supposed to host an episode of The Breakfast Club themselves. That would have went viral, and then you guys couldn't get sorted out because of like, and apparently they don't have management. That's
okay.
crazy.
I don't know about all this.
They said all this on The Breakfast Club, so you guys can check the Breakfast Club
tune
interview.
into that episode. Look at us plugging other interviews and stuff.